All right, you're listening to WHFR.FM, the station making waves. This is live from Studio J. That was a couple of tracks from the band Crashing Caro, who are going to be playing at the Whitney Garden Party this evening in Midtown Detroit at Woodward and Canfield. So go check them out if you like those last couple of songs. Now, without further ado, because that's what we do here, we do interviews, we do live performances, I have on the phone with me right now, Sabrina Fallah. How are you doing, Sabrina?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. All right. So why don't we get started here for the people that have never heard of you? Tell us about you and how you got started.
Well, I started at a very, I think, I don't even know how I started. I just got into the music business. So what happened was, before I could speak, my parents would say I would hum tunes as a baby.
Okay.
And then somehow I just started humming and singing along. And then at the age of 10, I started to learn the piano. I wanted to get into learning instruments. And then in grade 4, I don't know my age. So in grade 4, I used to start writing short stories and poetry, which then led me to writing lyrics, to songwriting. And then somebody once told me, you can't carry the piano around or the keyboard, so it's good to learn the guitar. And then I said, well, you know what, I'll think about it. And so I then went to, I went to borrow a guitar just to test it out, took some classes, and I got so hooked that after 2 weeks, I went and bought a guitar. I enjoyed it so much.
Okay.
And then at the age of 14, I won my first singing competition. And then I knew from that day forward I wanted to be in the music industry, and I'm here now. So.
Okay.
And how I got into my genre, Green Day, American Idiot album, pretty much got me into it. So.
I've seen a lot of photos on your website and everything of Green Day and everything. So
Yes, they are the reason why I'm in music, and I look up to them. Their music and sound has helped me a lot with mine. So.
Okay. Have you ever got to meet them, or?
I met Mike on stage while he was walking by in between. I showed him my poster, and I told him, can you tell Billy I love him? He's like, okay.
So when you and Billy getting married, Sabrina, tell us. Come on.
Actually, that was in like 2005, right?
Okay.
When that happened. And when I was younger then, I've had people come up to me asking me if I was Adrienne, because for some reason when I was younger, I kind of had her look.
Okay.
So I took it as a compliment, but I'm not Adrienne.
Too bad.
But, you know, if I ever got to work with him or meet Billy, it'll be great, because I would love to see how he would write with me. He's such a brilliant songwriter, so...
Well, you never know. There's still time. Both of you be around for a while, I think, so.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Never say never, yeah?
I hear that they're working on a new record, so I am waiting patiently for the next Green Day record, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been releasing some stuff for the last few years. I know you have a compilation that came out in January, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and that was
my label.
Ah, your label, right?
I got signed in January, and my label wanted to put all of my songs together and release it with a new track.
Okay, so it's called a compilation, but for some people they might say it's a greatest hits. They might say it's just a...
I just didn't want to call it the greatest hits because I haven't released as many songs to call it a greatest hits, because normally the greatest hits are actually the hits in the album. So we came up with a compilation. It's just all of my songs in one.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, you know what's interesting is I do other shows here at the station, and I do another one that does experimental music, and the vast majority of the people I play are usually in Europe, and that's how they do. That's how they do it. When they release something that's got tracks that have been somewhere else, they don't call it greatest hits. They call it a compilation.
Cool.
So yeah. I like that idea because it's not like you're boasting. It's not like, oh, look at me. I've got these great songs. Listen to them,
No,
not that they're not.
I don't really have greatest hits right now. Anyway, so I'm just saying it can't be greatest hits because I really haven't had the mega hits. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you're looking at it. When you say greatest hit, is it greatest hit by like popularity or sales, or is it greatest just because, hey, that's some of the best stuff I've put out so far?
Yeah.
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
So, but you're going to be. I imagine you got quite a bit to do in Canada right now. That's where you're from, and a lot of.
Yes, it is so hot right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm trying not to complain because this is the only time we get the heat. But I'm telling you, this heat has been killing me to the point that when we have a little bit of cold, I'm so happy. But I'm not saying I want the winter to come fast. I'm just saying I just want the heat to reduce a little bit.
Well, it's already done that a little bit here in the Detroit area, so hopefully it'll come your way. Yeah, it's only like around 80, which is much cooler than it has been here too.
Well, it's August today, and near the end of August we start getting colder. So I better not complain right now.
No, blink and it will be.
Sooner or later the weather is going to change, and then I'm going to be like, oh, great, winter's back and all that stuff.
That's for sure. I don't know. As I've gotten older, it's like if I have to have my choice, I'm going to take the heat over the cold. I just can't do the cold much anymore.
But the thing about the heat is it's nice. But if you cannot even go for a walk or a bike ride in the heat, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too hot. Like I want to be able to spend time outside. And even if I do that, I get like a hit by the heat, and it's awful.
Yeah.
When you get hit by the heat.
I've just gotten myself used to it over the last few years. I don't care. I don't care how hot it is. I'm going outside.
Yeah, of course.
If I have to drink a lot of water, if I have to dive in the water, whatever it takes. Yeah. I'm going to go out.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water outside because when it's hot, you have to stay hydrated. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so I see all kinds of songs that you sent me. We can probably play a couple of them before we get done here. Any particular ones you want to talk about? I know Kiss is a Killer. I know that's been a very popular one for you as far as your radio play and all that.
Okay, so Kiss is a Killer. You want me to explain that one?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So Kiss is a Killer is a song that I co-wrote in Nashville and with Bill DeLuigi. And actually, I gave him the credit because he came up with the song title, actually. I went into the room and he said, Kiss is a Killer. And I said, what, the kiss is going to kill me? At first, I didn't understand it, right? I'm like, the kiss is going to kill me? Okay, thanks. But he said, no, the kiss is a killer. The kiss is good. Oh, got it. So he came up with the title, but he wanted me to come up with the idea because he wanted me to get creative and think about it. So I thought about the Grease theme of the cool guys with the leather jackets and the leather pants and the jeans and the motorcycles and the cars, and they're acting all cool, being all bad. You know how some girls like bad guys. Some girls like a little bit of the guys being a little bit bad. Yeah. And then the guys getting the girls, and the girls being so happy they got the guy. And, of course, the guy gives the best kisses. So that's pretty much the song.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just thought of Grease immediately. And I'm like, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's going back a ways. Grease. Okay, cool.
I love Grease.
You ever see yourself doing something like that? Wouldn't that be cool? You could actually do one of the parts in a musical. And
I have done musical. I did Hairspray.
Okay.
I was the main I forgot the girl's name, but I was the main girl with the big hair.
Okay.
I played her. Yeah. I actually have done. I used to sing a lot of musicals, so I know the difference from singing like rock and then going into the musical way of singing because it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't rasp while doing a Broadway show, a musical. But so you have to learn how. It's interesting. I would love to go back into doing musicals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, what was it, like a couple years ago, Joan Jett was doing Rocky Horror.
She did Rocky Horror?
Yeah, she was...
no way. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like either Broadway or off-Broadway. I think, as far as I know, she was...
Either way, I'm sure she was awesome.
She was...
I love Joan Jett.
Yeah, she was Magenta, I think, as far as I know, yeah. I mean, doesn't that sound great?
I need to check that out. I had no idea she did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't come to Detroit. Otherwise, I probably would have checked it out. But hey, you never know. Never say never, like I always say.
Never say never, exactly.
So she's got to be one of your heroes, I would expect, right?
Well, people say I sound like her. In my song Frontline and in Kisses a Killer, they say I have her. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm influenced by the male bands. Green Day, Bon Jovi, Billy Idol. I like female artists like Avril Lavigne, Kelly Clarkson, but I sing them for vocal like going high and stuff. But when it comes to who I look up to, it's Green Day and then Bon Jovi, and I've seen them all live. I got to see Billy Idol live about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I was right in front of him. I got his set list. I waved at him. I know he saw me. It was great. It was great. I know he saw me. Like it was so obvious, but he but he is amazing. Mm-hmm. He is amazing live.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah. He is. If you haven't seen him, you've got to see him.
Oh, I've seen Green Day. I saw him years ago. Yeah. I go back to the day when I seen most of those bands when they first started, back when.
Yeah, of course.
When they were still, like reasonably doge shows and little clubs that maybe fit.
Oh, like when they first started, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was back when you saw them in a place where you could get maybe 300 people in there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best time to check any band out, when they're just starting to hit it big and they're on fire. Not that they're not great when they get bigger, but there's nothing that compares to like a show where it's that small because it's right there in your face. You can feel it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So tell our listeners like the best way to find out about you. You have a website, of course, how to find your music, how to check it out.
Yeah, so they can go to my website, SabrinaFallah.com, and on the top you can go to my social media like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and there's more on there. And you can follow me, check out my music, and please, we could be friends. I love meeting new people. I'm approachable. Say hi to me. I'll say hi back.
Okay.
So, yes.
Sounds good. All righty. Well, I should probably get back to business, but it was a pleasure talking with you, and hopefully we'll get to see you sometime in the future, maybe next year.
Definitely.
You'll tour in the States. And Detroit's not...
I really want to.
And Detroit's not that far from Canada, so it'd be easy to come and see us here.
I don't think so. No, it's not. No.
In fact, we joke about it, actually, because if you live in Detroit, we are the only city in the United States where we actually go south to go to Canada.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
The way it's situated, the bridge that takes us across to Canada is actually in the south end of Detroit, not the north end. Hmm. And, to go to Canada from where I live, my actual house, we're talking like 20 minutes the drive.
Wait, so we're pretty much neighbors.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. There's only like a 5-mile bridge separating Detroit and Canada.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So when I was young, we used to go over to Canada all the time because the drinking age was lower in Canada. So, before we got old enough to drink here, we would
Oh yeah,
drive.
because ours is 18.
Right. Well, ours has been 21 for well over 20 years. So, so that it's like, where do you want to go? Canada.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Yeah.
If you're right there next door, why not just drive through?
Hmm. It was just getting through customs, though. That was a little tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
You had to make sure.
I don't like customs.
You had to make sure you cleaned that car out every time you went over there. Make sure there was nothing, that might look funny or interesting.
Oh yes, because they check the vehicles. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, all right. Well, why don't we play a couple songs? We might as well play "Kiss Is a Killer." Any other one or two that you can think of off the top of your head that I can
You
put?
can play the front line, anything. I don't mind.
All right. Let me see. Frontline. Yep. Let me see. I had a question for you. "Hurt." That's your song, right? It's on a 9 Inch Nails cover.
No, it's my song.
Okay, well, I was just curious. I mean, you never know. It'd be possible.
It's like a soft ballad.
Mm-hmm.
It's very personal. It's close to my heart.
All right. Well, you want to play that one then?
Please.
Okay.
Please do.
All right. So that's what I'll do. I'll play "Kiss Is a Killer," "Frontline," and "Hurt," and that should get us up to the top of the hour, and then I'll be on my merry way. All right.
Okay.
Well, I thank you so much for taking time out to talk with me. It was real fun.
And thank you so much for inviting me on the show.
Okay. And I know we'll be talking again in the future, and we'll
definitely.
And we'll just go from there. All right. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.